Morning, Big Square Road.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Decaf tea, actually. Yes, I am juicing in solidarity still with my buddy Bitcoin Ben. He is almost done, believe it or not, with his cleanse, and he looks good. I think he feels good. Obviously, he misses his chicken wings and beer, and I have no doubt what his first meal will be, and I hope he records it because he deserves a good meal after this pain and suffering. But he's going to feel much better, and he's going to notice a change, just like I did, about what I want to eat these days. It kind of sucks, truthfully. Once you do this raw cleanse and you eat like real food, it's hard to go back. I'm having a hard time going back. Everything in moderation, I know, but I'm not a moderation kind of guy. So yeah, good luck, Bitcoin Ben. Only a couple, 5 days left, 6 days left. Saturday's his last day. All right. I want to make sure you guys saw my discussion yesterday about the collapse. If we do have a big collapse, things to think about, what will happen to money, what kind of food you need, it wasn't obviously it's a really, really long discussion, and a lot of thinking needs to go into this decision you guys have to make of how you want to ride this thing out. It's up to you because everybody's individual position is completely different. There's people in the cities and people in the country. Two different scenarios, two different strategies to survive an economic meltdown. And it all depends on how big the meltdown is. If we have, if it's the same as 2008 and all the banks get bailed out, yeah, people will lose money, houses will drop 50%, blah, blah, blah. But everything will, the rig will continue. I don't think it's going to happen that way. So just a good way to think about it is think about 2008. Those of you who are around for the economic collapse in 2008, think about what you could have done to prepare beforehand, what happened during, and then how you came out in the end. So this video is all about that. Go to Road to Ruda. It's called Navigating the Monetary Collapse with Cryptos, Gold, and Silver. By the way, cryptos, gold, and silver are ready to run. Dun, dun, dun. This is not free market trading. This is a release and allowing of cryptocurrencies and silver and gold to move up. It's not, oh boy, there's so many buyers that overtook the controllers and riggers. That's bullshit. 100% controlled and rigged by the Exchange Stabilization Fund, the Fed, computer programs. Easy to do. Money is not an issue when it comes to that. It's perception. It is where they want people to be positioned. They do want people positioned in cryptocurrencies, definitely, but even gold and silver. Now, gold and silver is a little different thing. Gold and silver is the old monetary system. If you can't control gold and silver, you can't control the old monetary system. Nothing to do with the new monetary system, the cryptos and all that. The old monetary system, the killer of the banks is silver. JP Morgan goes down, every single bank on planet Earth goes down, and JP Morgan is the number. They have the hot potato. The silver hot potato, the silver short position, the silver control position. Now a lot of people saying, well, they have 800 million of physical gold, physical silver in their own possession. I believe they do. I don't believe for a minute they haven't rehypothecated it 10 times. But they are of the opinion if the system falls, we have the physical silver in our own possession. They think like us now. And they are correct. But they illegally obtained it. So, yeah, you'll see Jamie Dimon hanging by a silver rope at the end of this thing, if you ask me. I think all of JP Morgan's silver will be taken by the U.S. government. And if we use silver in our next monetary system, probably be handed out to the people. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't see much use for silver with the cryptos. But, hey, everybody's got their own opinion, and whose opinion matters most. I don't know. I don't think. Well, obviously the Fed is going to get absorbed into the Treasury, so Jerome Powell will not have a say in it. IMF won't have a say in it. It will come down to the United States. Probably Congress and the president will try to figure out where to go next. Gold obviously has monetary history, but it never competed against Bitcoin in a collapse. The last collapse in 2008, it was down to bail out or go to a gold standard. Gold standard is what everybody had thought would happen when the collapse happened, and instead it was bailout. But now there's this new thing called cryptocurrencies with defined scarcity. That makes really good money, especially when the old money was printed to kingdom come, and not even printed, electronic blips. And remember, they don't tell you all the money that they print. They don't tell you. 20 trillion is ridiculous. 22 trillion is not our debt, nor is the 30 trillion that Cass and Austin Fitts found. Try quadrillions. Try infinity. Infinity money. What's the difference between $100 billion and $1 trillion in an electronic monetary system? One electronic zero. That's it. Add 1 0, boom, you got $1 trillion. Just don't tell anybody about it. The Chinese have been doing it. Russia's been doing it. The U.S. has been doing it. Every country does it now because they found out the U.S. is lying. Has been all the time. We used to use war as a way to make sure people stayed in line, but I think that's out the window too. So anyway, it's nice to see silver especially rising 3% in a day. Now in the crypto world, that's like, who cares, 3%. In the silver world, that's a monster move because silver has been suppressed for 150 years. There's long-suffering silver hoarders that have stackers, as we call them, that are going to be very happy when the silver manipulation ends. And it won't happen until the COMEX is shut down and the LBMA, the two criminal exchanges. And you know how many exchanges there are in cryptocurrencies? I don't know, hundreds. There's only 2 exchanges on planet Earth for silver. And they're both derivative exchanges controlled by the banks. That's the COMEX and the LBMA. That is insane. That is insanity at its finest. And the LBMA, they used to have the London fix, meaning the bankers would tell the world we're fixing prices every day, so you have no choice in what you pay. There's no fair market value. There's the London fix. They finally changed the name, but it's the same mechanism. And they tried to throw some bullshit around it, which is completely ridiculous. So yes, I hope everybody has some silver. You crypto people, absolutely. Well, you can, if you're excited about the run up in cryptos over the next couple months, use that to buy some silver. You're going to want some silver. Why? Because it is the most suppressed commodity on planet Earth, even more suppressed than your cryptos right now, more suppressed than oil and any of the currencies, the foreign exchange and anything. Silver is the key. It is the bank killer. Who had the silver hot potato before JP Morgan? Bear Stearns. And what happened to Bear Stearns? They went down. Before that, AIG. What happened to AIG? They went down, were bailed out with $300 billion. Before that, Drexel Burnham. Bang, exploded. That silver hot potato is the bank killer, and they know it. That's why they rig the price so much. So yes, get your hands on some silver. And think about, what's the all-time high in gold from the 1980 time frame? Gold was what, $850, almost $900 in 1980, and now it's $1,500. It's about doubled, right? Since 1980. That's way low compared to how much money they printed, but hey, a doubling, that's pretty good. What has silver done since its all-time high in 1980 of $50? It's at 18. Silver has so much farther to go. I'm looking at least a 4-to-1 relationship silver to gold, which would put silver right now at, what is that, $400? Yeah, around $400. And it's 18. And that's just right now. Wait till gold is allowed to run free. And the silver story and the Litecoin story are so similar. It's crazy. And I'll get to that in a second. But yes, silver's allowed to run up today. Great. But it's still rigged. But they need to let it run up. I would get yourself some physical silver. Go to your local coin shop. All you crypto people, go to your local coin shop and buy physical silver. Get the 1 ounce rounds or the pre-1965 coinage. They call it junk silver. Something small denominations, because there's a lot of fakes out there too, especially in gold. I can't believe anybody holds gold bigger than a 1 ounce coin. If you have a gold bar, I guarantee you that you're going to be sad that you didn't check it. One way or the other, even if it is real gold. Check it as in drill a hole on it. because that's how much loss of confidence we're going to have in the gold market when people find out that massive amounts of these gold bars are fake, stuffed with tungsten, and the large silver bars stuffed with molybdenum, which is almost the same as the density and all that stuff. So yeah, now is the time to make sure that you really own gold and silver, the real thing. Unfortunately for gold and silver, you don't have a blockchain to check it off of. There's no confirmation on the blockchain. Confirmation lies in your own hand. So make sure you have the correct kind of gold and silver. And if you have a gold bar of any size, they're not going to, once confidence is gone, nobody's going to take it. They're going to make you melt it down and then check and see. And then they're going to put it into little 1 ounce or half ounce rounds. And same with silver, truthfully. 100-ounce bars are counterfeited all the time. Molybdenum, almost identical. Very hard to tell unless you cut it in half, melt it down, drill it. The scratch test is bullshit. It doesn't work because it's just the outer coating. You know, it's coated with silver. It's coated with gold. It's the inside that matters. So if you have gold bars, I would swap them all for 1 ounce silver rounds as soon as possible because confidence is about to go. Any size gold bar, 10 ounce, 20 ounce, 100 ounce, especially 100. My God, you have no idea what's in that bar. And there's Rob Kirby did an expose on what the Fed was doing with the gold in Fort Knox, that they were tanking tungsten and using the gold in Fort Knox to coat tungsten bars. This is our government. Yeah, your government lies and cheats, absolutely. So yeah, if you have a gold bar, don't drill into it. Don't do anything like that. Cash it in for silver. Yes, it's pawning off your problem on somebody else, but you don't know you have a problem right now, obviously, because you still own it. Don't drill into it. Don't check it. Sell it. Get rid of it as fast as you can. That's the big square take. But yes, very exciting times for gold and silver. I can't wait to see my gold and silver buddies participate in another bull run. The last time they had it was 2011, and it wasn't that great. I mean, it was okay. Silver went from $20 to $50. But you imagine a crypto type of bull run in the metals, which it should happen if the manipulation is. So silver will run from $18 to, who knows, $800, $900, and all the crypto people go, oh, I missed out on this. That's what crypto people do. They run to the next best thing. And when they start running to silver, they're going to find out you can't get any. It's so much more scarce than cryptocurrencies because there's no exchanges. You got two exchanges setting the price, COMEX and the LBMA, both criminal exchanges. That has been proven. And now, poof, you got to get your physical metal. Go to your local coin shop and buy one silver eagle a day or silver round a day. And you'll be happy. All right, so silver and gold are running, which is great. Cryptos are starting their next run, which is great. Both of them massively price suppressed and kind of beaten down. Yesterday I was hearing all kind from the crypto sphere on YouTube videos and stuff like that. Oh, we're gonna fall down. I think Snippy's day for crashing was today. I don't know. It's the opposite of the Allgaier indicator. Dick Allgaier's indicator works very well. The Snippy indicator works on the big calls, like Litecoin. Litecoin's got to drop from $25 to $18, and that was the bottom. But Snippy, I think, was calling for a crash today, and it looks like everything's pretty much up. So don't get me started, Snippy, on the Snippy indicator. But I love Snippy, and I love Dick Allgaier. I love all my friends in the cryptos. And we all have our different take on it, and that's what makes life interesting. And you guys have your different take, too. That's what I try to tell people every time I open my mouth is you need to do your own homework. Absolutely, make your own opinions. If my stuff doesn't resonate with you, go listen to someone else or do your own work. I mean, I take so much from other people, and I put it all together and mush it around in my head, and here's my answer. That's what you need to do. There's so many places to get information on the internet, from these companies. If you're interested in investing in tokens, make sure you know about the company, the people behind it, who's involved, how much they have to fight the bankers to get their product out there, and the potential for that product. All these things need to come into your understanding. And don't just say, oh, it's Cliff High's fault that I got into Veritasium or something ridiculous like that. Come on, people. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. And if you're going to blame Cliff High, he was recommending Veritasium at $1.50. So Veritasium's still up, 10 times. So yeah, go ahead, blame him for the 10 times move in Veritasium. But don't blame anybody. You're a grown person. If you can afford if you can qualify for a checking account and a bank account that you can link up to Coinbase or wherever you bought your cryptos, you're an upstanding citizen. You're in charge of yourself. You're a big boy or girl. Don't blame other people. And that goes for when it rises too. Don't say, oh, thank you, Cliff High, for doing that. You should have done your homework, just like Cliff does his homework. He has a different kind. He has harder homework than everybody else does. Okay, so yeah, things are looking great as far as silver and cryptos and gold. But this is not, mind you, it is not, there's no reason for the move other than the manipulators allowing the cryptos to move up, allowing gold and silver to move up. It is still under 100% control, and that's what you got to get into your head. I know everybody gets excited when things start to move up, but remember, they can, with a click of a mouse, they can put them all at $0 or $1 million each. A click of a mouse. That's how much control the Exchange Stabilization Fund, the Fed, and the Treasury have over all markets around the planet. They're in every market in China and all around. Now the Chinese government is in their market as well. Who's going to win that battle? I would guess the Chinese. They printed infinity money as well. For the little guy, all you can do is hodl. Dude, if you're trying to trade this market, traders are going to lose so badly if the banks go down. Because all their money is in the exchanges. And poof, gone. These exchanges don't have the coins they say they do. You should all be out of every exchange, even Coinbase and Kraken, all of them. None of them have the coins, I'm telling you right now. And even if they did have the coins, here's the problem. They have to deal in the fiat money world. They have bankers and loans that they have to pay off. They have employees they have to pay off in fiat. They have bills and mortgages they have to pay off on their office buildings and things like that. They're deeply, and their customers are deeply embedded in the fiat money system. You don't think everybody would be trying to withdraw their funds from Coinbase if the bankers went down? And Coinbase was just shut down. So you got to get your head around the scope of all this. And just to prove that things are not good in the old world, every time you turn out, if you read Zero Hedge, read it these days, every single thing is like doomsday, 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 because it's all happening that way. Let's just go down a few of them. As Fed Speak Fest begins, traders fear cure has become worse than the disease. It isn't only the predictable list of hawks who are warning that enough might be enough. Stocks pump and dump on Trump's rip-off USA-China tweet. Trump's classic. He's the bull in the China shop. He's throwing all this shit at China because he knows if the Chinese-U.S. Trade relationship goes, globalization's over, the banks are done, it's all massively leveraged to the hilt. Trump tweeted, I'm sure China would love to be dealing with a new administration so they continue their practice of ripping off of the USA. I love it. He's going to keep poking that bear. He's the bull. There's guys behind the scenes who are running the show, but he's the bull. France presses Washington on $15 billion Iran credit line to save the nuclear deal. Are you kidding me? The only reason Trump would do something like that is it's a huge bargaining chip. And the Iran deal is dirty and scuzzy. It's all about the deep state. I was talking yesterday about the billions in cash they gave Iran went right to Obama and the deep state. It didn't go to Iran. No. Look up Red Cross boxes of $100 bills. Warehouses full of them. From the deep state while Trump was in. All right. Blaine, markets remain caught in the headlights. Short term is about trading the next tick up or down in line with the tweets. The medium term is about when Powell will be forced to ease again. My God, if people are thinking that short term, what are they going to do when Deutsche Bank goes down and the banks freeze? Instantly have nothing. Frozen out of this. All right. Hawaii. I forgot how to say that. Huawei. You know that. The telecom company accuses Trump administration of harassing workers, attacking network. Of course, Trump's going to. 28 signs of economic doom as pivotal month of September begins. September to remember. Future slide after trade deal hope turns to dread. I love it. You know, the craziness of all the markets are rigged, but when they go up or down, there's got to be an answer. So the media invents something. The market goes down. Future slide because trade deal hopes turn to dread. No, the future slid because Steve Mnuchin clicked a mouse in his office. Cryptos go up because, it's the new monetary system. No, cryptos went up because Steve Mnuchin clicked the mouse in his office. Yes, the U.S. Treasury and the Exchange Stabilization Fund are absolutely 100% controlling it. They invented them. They invented Bitcoin. Satoshi was a group of people within the U.S. government and outside the U.S. government. But they're the good guys, part of the good guys. I don't know if there was the final person who wrote the paper and all that. I think it was a culmination of 4 or 5 people. And I've talked about that a lot. I've shown, I think Alan Greenspan was absolutely involved even before Bitcoin was Bitcoin. That was his job. He was the world's best computer programmer, and he was in charge of the monetary system from the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. It was his job to make sure he knew what was going on with money and who would be a better person to invent an electronic monetary system. I don't know if he wrote the white paper. I don't know if he solved the double spin problem, but he was absolutely involved. And he blames himself for Y2K, him and his friends. The 2 digits instead of 4. You got it. There's such a bigger story going on behind the scenes. Get on the road to Ruta. Go to roadtoruta.com if you don't know what I'm talking about and watch that first video. Over 50,000 people have watched that video discovering the road to Ruta, at least that I know of. Probably 500,000 because YouTube shadow bans all my stuff. But watch that video. It explains everything you need to know, especially as we come into the collapse. Floridians brace for Dorian as hurricane weakens to Category 3. I have a feeling, it's just a feeling, that the good guys control that hurricane now. And they're going to run it up the coast, but not close enough to cause much damage, but close enough so that people stock up on stuff. So you get everybody on the East Coast stocked up on stuff, and then you have an economic collapse, and so they have a couple weeks worth of stuff. I know that's a conspiracy theory. That would be a long shot, and I can never prove that. But if I do know that they can steer hurricanes very easily and have been able to for a long time. So either the bad guys control it and they're going to just destroy the East Coast of the United States, or the good guys have control and they're going to just steer it off to sea. We will find out, right? 25 bodies recovered from Ventura County dive boat. I went to school in Santa Barbara, by the way, so this is very near and dear to me as far as the area. Something stinks to high heaven here. Just the crew got off. 25 divers die in a boat. It catches on fire and nobody could jump into the water with their dive stuff. Something just stinks to high heaven. I don't know what it is. I have no idea. It's one of those things, something strange happens, some mass shooting, and you just wait. Wait, give it a week or two, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, here's who was on the boat. 25 elite were on the boat. Who knows? But I keep an eye on this one because it's very strange. It reminds me of that cult. I forgot the name of the cult. It's not the Branch Davidians, another cult. It was the guys who all killed themselves and were lying in their bed with their tennis shoes, all had the same tennis. It could be something like that. I don't know what. Mass sacrifice, who knows? But something stinks there. busting the myth of the world's hottest electric car market. In reality, Norway's EV sales success is rooted in the simple fact that Norway has created an extremely distorted car market. Anybody who says Norway is a socialist country, that works? Yeah. Smoke and mirrors, the whole thing. Smoke and mirrors. Electric cars are going to be cheap, cheap, cheap. Everything's going to be cheap really soon. That's a good thing about cryptos and gold and silver. If they're allowed to be traded freely, you're going to be buying up all kinds of cheap stuff. Like how about housing that's 90% of what it is right now, 90% cheaper than what it is right now. That'll happen, no doubt in my mind. Well, obviously, if the banks go down, no one can get a loan. Where's the housing prices? 90% cheaper than what they are today. Everything will have to be revalued, shall we say? And yes, hang on to your cryptos because you're going to go shopping when all this is over, when the old system dies. Just hodl. Only way to get through it is hodl. All right, ECB, Yves Mersch, warns Libra cryptocurrency is, quote, Facebook's siren call. Sincerely hope that the people of Europe will not be tempted to leave behind the safety and soundness of established payment solutions. That is insane to say that. Basically said, I hope you don't leave this criminal system that we created to steal your wealth and your everything from under you to turn you into our slaves. In favor of a beguiling but treacherous promise of Facebook's siren call. Facebook is beguiling and treacherous. Yes, I agree. It's a deep state all the way. Cryptocurrencies are not. I love the Libra coin for one reason. It'll teach people what a decent cryptocurrency is and what a piece of shit cryptocurrency is. Libra will be a piece of shit cryptocurrency, centrally controlled, and everybody who got into it will understand. They'll get their Libra and say, I got a cryptocurrency. I got Libra. This is great. I can use it to buy stuff. And they'll look at Litecoin and say, well, how come my Libra is staying the same and Litecoin is going up 500%? Maybe I'll make the transfer out of Libra into Litecoin. Get ready for it. All right. That's all I got. Lots going on. Really excited to see the rise in cryptos again. It means they're just letting up a little bit and letting it move up. I did want to say one quick thought. Those people expecting the altcoin explosion that we had in 2017, you got to remember why that happened. It wasn't because a lot of people and a lot of money was coming into the crypto space. That wasn't how it happened. What happened was the people who were already in the crypto space were getting rich because their Bitcoin and Ethereum and things were going up, and they were using that money to buy anything and everything and all these ICOs. They thought, oh, this went up so well, so I'm going to buy into this. So it was mostly recycled money, recycling upon itself, because most of the cryptos were being bought with other cryptos. So will they go? Yes, they will go higher than they did before, but it will be more because the old system is breaking down. It won't be the reinforced money push, the rising tide raises all boats that we had last time. It was just crypto people bidding it up. There was really very little outside money coming in. And the crypto people used their cryptos to bid up. They used Ethereum to buy into the ICO and all that stuff. And it was easy, and the exchanges were fraudulent, and then the Tether guys were rigging things. So that won't happen again that way. There's other things that will happen. The crashing of the old system, the panic of big money into cryptos, that will happen. So it'll probably be much stronger, but it'll just be different. And a lot of the crazy cryptos, just like the .com days, the crazy companies like Pets.com never resurfaced. But the strong ones, the infrastructure type companies and the sound companies, did amazingly well again after the .com bust moved forward. And that's what we're looking at. So pick your cryptos appropriately and you will do extremely well. If you're going off on a flyer, a crazy one, without any company, just an idea, I don't think that world is going to do well unless it's a great idea. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, make sure you go to roadtoro.com and watch the discovering the road to root it, get a handle on what's going on there. And then if you want to join, I'm going to send you cryptos. A lot of people got their first cryptos from me when Bitcoin was $200, and I was giving away, it was 10.1 Bitcoin. So I was giving away $20 in Bitcoin. 0.1 Bitcoin now is $1,000. So, and that's the way I wanted it to go. I wanted to spread the cryptocurrency world, and you don't have to go online and figure anything out. I'm going to ship it to your front door for every private road membership. I'm sending right now 100 Theta tokens and 500 Theta fuel along with the silver coin right here on a paper wallet. You take it, you put it in your safe, you don't have to worry about it. You say, yeah, I got cryptos. Vic sent me cryptos a couple of years ago. I retired off it. That is not investment advice. But yeah, I mean, over time, these things are going to do very well. And especially, I think especially Theta and Theta Fuel will do extremely well. Very excited about that one too, because it's such a large part of our world these days. YouTube and videos, and it's a big deal. And these people are doing the right thing at the right time. And Samsung's in there. You imagine if Samsung, who's been looking for a blockchain, they've said it many times, well, we're really figuring out what blockchain we should use for internal stuff. They already know. It's the Theta blockchain. So keep an eye on it. Anyway, BigSwear, roadtour.com. I'll talk to you later.